right? They had some guy, the police had some guy in custody, and they tried to get him to unlock the iPhone,
Yeah. Mm,
but they refused to buy an iPhone, folks.
still on business.
Evening,
There we go.
Capo, Nico, how we doing, lads? How we doing, team? How's everyone? Has everyone had a good week? Well, probably not much gone on this week.
No, no. Everyone's everyone's chilled out.
Well, what's everyone done during the start of Chinese New Year?
Big Miko, a week of warming. That's it.
A week of warming. That's fair enough. So, yeah, we want to talk tonight a little bit about, what kind of the plans are, or sorry, not what the plans are, but now the factories are shut, what you should be doing for people that don't know, because I know we talk about it all the time, but there's so many questions in chat all day about, when's Chinese New Year happening, what am I supposed to do, so on and so on and so on.
Hmm.
Um, and we kind of want to use it as an opportunity to talk about that and talk about yeah, what you should be doing, and then the future holiday periods that are coming and are on the way.
Yeah, I mean, there's people who've been in here for months and months who are putting in the chat in the past few days. Just had an order, but Alan or Andrew or whatever says they can't fulfill it because of Chinese New Year. What's going on? It's like,
Mm.
mate, have you been under a rock? Like, if you've joined within the past couple of days, you can understand. But it's all we've been banging on about.
It is. I can see lots of people trying to type in the wrong chat. Guys, make sure you type in the free chat room where all the biz goes down. Otherwise we won't see you.
We got King of
Uh,
CS:GO trading in the chat. Big Addy.
yeah, but seriously, it's like living under a rock. I don't know how you couldn't see it. What's going on,
Yeah,
Dabba?
yeah. This Chinese. Every year we always say this Chinese New Year has fell at such a bad time. Like we said,
Mm.
nothing would be any worse than the last year's Chinese New Year, and
Yeah.
then it was this one, and it's been an absolute nightmare. But yeah,
I
it's
still feel like last one was worse last year.
I don't know, I don't know.
Because so what happened last year is obviously it like fell on like one of the first days of January or something. Was that January like third or fourth or something? I can't
I can't
remember.
remember last year.
But it was like the first days of January. So like you had this huge like climb up to Christmas, this huge hype, bunch of sales, and then people obviously buying item after Christmas, but you had to shut the doors quite early because Chinese New Year was so early on during January, and that really, really capped potential and momentum that was picked up from Christmas. You
Fifth,
know,
Big
it
Spook
was it
says.
was rough.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I think about it, last year was pretty bad, but I feel like this one's even worse because Etsy Mafia last year. I don't know how many members we had in January, like 2,000 something.
Not a
Right.
lot.
So it's like less
Yeah.
people we had to help through Chinese New Year, and then this one,
Mm.
you know, 4.5 times it or whatever it is. I can't do the math.
Daba says, "I'm trying to make my first store at the moment." Yeah, lots of new people. It's
Yeah,
interesting to see. Yeah, but right now you're missing Valentine's. Well, I mean, you are, and that does kind of suck. Obviously Valentine's is in 5 days. It is what it is. I mean, a lot of people order this stuff early anyway, so
not me.
not Jamie. If you're a prepared and responsible lover, you'll order it in advance.
Twat, twat.
Dudmick, yo guys, still struggling with the first fake sale on new stealth. Every time I get payment processing and ban, I would appreciate any help. Hmm.
Might be
Very
some big
interesting.
updates to do with that.
Yeah, the most important thing is just make sure that you're doing everything and making it look as realistic as possible. Um, you know, imagine that somebody's watching you at all times and your entire account history is being reviewed by a real person, because that's what Etsy do. You know, during that first sale, they're checking to see what's real, what's not. Right? We've said this for a while. Um, so the tiny, minute details of like maybe sending a message back and forth between you and the seller,
Hmm.
right? Adding an order note, anything like that, making sure the account doesn't look bait, like it's just been created. Really important.
Yeah, a lot of talk about aged emails and stuff. I think that's from
Mm,
David's tweet.
yeah. Yeah, there's been some new information come out. I don't really want to talk about it too much at the moment, um, but it's fresh off the printing press, and yeah, as David said, what he said does appear to be accurate, and we are going to address that a little bit later on down the line.
But it's not the be all or end all at the minute.
No, it's just what you got to think of it, guys, is that there's a lot of things going on, a lot of different processes all happen at the same time. And there are some big things that you absolutely have to do. And if you don't do them, it kind of screws everything. That definitely is true. But there are some smaller things that kind of build up and add blocks. If you use a completely fresh email, it's not going to get you banned. That's never been the case. But
It's just
yeah.
one point struck on the trust factor of your account. You know, if it's a brand new
Hmm.
email and you're saying this store's run by someone called, you know, Etsy Mafia, and your email is Chloe Guardian, it's a bit
It
weird.
looks weird.
Yeah, there's so many different points and factors and whatnot, which we've talked about for a while, but they add up.
Yeah. Well, Addy says, what about the part about having Etsy in the email name? Would that make a difference?
I wouldn't do that.
No. I mean, look, it just looks bait. It looks really
Yeah.
bait. If you're signing up as a chick called Sasha and you got John in your email name, like, what would you think if you were reviewing an Etsy store?
Yeah.
Looks
I mean,
weird. Weird
you've got
as
to
fuck.
realize the type of people that sell on Etsy, right? It's, you know, people making stuff at home who aren't very business oriented or understand tech, right? So they're just going to use their personal email they've had since they were 12,
Hmm.
right? And that personal email is, their name or whatever. Um, yeah, dropshipper349 at hotmail.com probably isn't the one.
So Rare says, do you think two shops are enough? Yeah, I mean, one shop is enough. It depends how you run them. I mean, from a protection standpoint, understanding that if one shop goes down or two shops go down, that's it. We're more in the realm of recommending, that you run multiple stores, because then if something goes wrong, you decrease the chance of everything being wiped out overnight. Um, what's with the face?
Bro, emails matter. I've just been putting dumb shit as the email names. My last one was bomb Israel 111 at gmail at whatever. Fucking hell.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just remove that because I don't want the Discord to get shut down.
Jesus. When I started to read it, I thought it was bomb is real or something. And then I read.
Please stop saying that word. Yeah, anyway, back on point.
Hang on,
uh,
someone's knocking on my door.
See you later. But the most important thing, Rare, is that you run the one store or the two stores properly. We really recommend against jumping too quickly. If you're not ready, and if the store's not ready, and you're still learning, there's no reason why you need to create multiple stores because you really stop because if you screw up on one store and you're making a bunch of mistakes, that those mistakes are going to be replicated onto the second store. It's more to fix. You're spending more time replicating bad decisions instead of fixing and researching and innovating. um so start slow. Don't feel the need to rush it.
Exactly. It's like if you're trying to build up this huge empire, but you don't understand the basics of customer service, of managing your orders, of liaising with suppliers, and making sure your products are actually good, they're all just going to go down.
Mm,
You know, you,
yeah, for
you
sure.
you're basically trying to build a wall with shoddy foundations.
Yeah. What is the average money for your first month you say is good? It's one of those impossible questions. If you spend every waking hour working on Etsy, you can probably get some pretty decent results, a few K, maybe more. I've seen some people do 10K in their first month. The proofers and the wins chats, if you scroll up, you'll see people saying, first 30 days on Etsy, done this, this, and that. But, other people that can only put in a few hours a day, hey, maybe they don't even make a sale. Maybe they make only a few sales. It's pretty important not to compare your progress to other people or these kind of set benchmarks because, you don't, there is no right answer. Everyone's journey is different. If you've got experience in other areas, then you might make progress faster.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe things click for you. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. What other questions?
I'm just reading in the chat that everyone told me not that I told everyone not to type in. Guys, talk the right chat, please.
Well, Chazza, we just spoke about fake reviews and some updates we're going to be having to them. 10k for a first month will only get you banned. I mean, not necessarily true. Depends on the warm up process you've gone. Um, there's a load of factors. When is aged? Good question. Um, it kind of, if you're talking about the email, obviously it can depend on when it was created. We don't necessarily know all of the factors that are checked. However, if it was kind of like any email marketing campaign email address you would use, you would need it to be like warmed up. So maybe it's sent emails, maybe it's received quite a lot of emails, and maybe it's um, old. I know there was a tool that would do that. I can't remember the name of it. Um, yeah, I have hundreds of emails from my shoebotting days. That's good, but remember the name of the email is also important. So if those emails are with real names and stuff, which you can then associate with the account and stuff, then that's good. But if not, no.
Astro Boy says, "Is it okay to open multiple stores with the same LLC? I already get suspended with that LLC." There are more factors than just the LLC. I think you've been in Diamond, so you should know what I'm talking about with that. If you're following all that stuff, LLCs work a little bit different to LTDs. It's not something I'm going to go into on a free call though.
No, no. I mean, the best piece of advice would be set up in the UK.
Yeah, that's the easiest. Or Canada. Canada's pretty good. What about aged virtual cards? Can't they tell the age of your virtual card through the expiry date of it? I mean, yeah, of course they can. I mean, different cards have different set amounts of expiry. It doesn't. It's not always as clean cut as that. But yeah, they could, but they don't. There's a lot of things that Etsy could be doing to take things more advanced and do more checks on you, but it doesn't mean they're necessarily going to do it or are doing it. Um, we've got it pretty on lock of what Etsy care about right now.
Yeah. So there's going to be some pretty big updates coming.
Does it look kind of sus if I have the name of the store and the Gmail is the same name? It's very like premeditated,
It
right?
is. It is. It's
Very
kind of like
premeditated.
you're coming. Yeah. Like you're already
Even-
coming to the platform prepped and ready with your backpack full of Chinese products. You know.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of best just to you want to blend in, right? So who are the majority of
Yeah.
sellers on Etsy? They are, Susan and Helen, who, knit and they sell nice knitted earrings, right?
Hmm.
When they come to the platform, do you think they think about making a separate email for their Etsy business? No, right? They just go straight in. Oh, here's my personal one. Have a bit of that. Ding dang do. Addy, man.
Best name for Etsy seller. Any differences slash new tactics after Akami left? Yeah, so let's talk about this. So here's the situation with Akami. Um, we're going to address it a bit more officially in a bit, but the basic situation is that you know we had some in. I don't really want to go too much into the sources, but we had some information way before Akami was even mentioned on the scene. Um, you know, we got it from a very, very reputable source, yada, yada, yada. And when the information came out about Akami semi publicly on X, Twitter, you know, it very well and closely linked to what our source said. Um, there's been a bit of, a little bit of discussion whether that was actually a thing. Now, we've been doing pretty extensive testing ever since, the 1st of February. And it's kind of too early to draw conclusions. We did say we wouldn't have an answer overnight, but it does seem that things are changing. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Truthfully, we're not saying anything for concrete. We're not saying anything for sure. If anybody says they know 100%, they're lying.
Well,
We are
there were
working
some
on it.
people trying to say that Etsy didn't even work with Akami, right?
Oh yeah, that's
They,
bullshit.
they weren't even a partnership.
Uh,
There's things you
Let me
can
pull it up.
yeah, there's things you can check and you can see Akami's all over Etsy as well as some other things. But
Yeah.
I've said this quite a few times. Etsy are looking to go more in house. If you look at who Etsy are hiring, they are hiring a lot of senior software engineers with experience in policy enforcement, trust and safety team they're building up around. They're kind of trying to bring it all in house, do it themselves. And if that's the case, I kind of think it would be better for us. Um,
Yeah.
doesn't Etsy have like 50 employees? Jesus, a bit more than that, mate.
Do I want to? What I'll do is I'll provide the link to what I'm going to share. I'll also put a screenshot in for people that aren't comfortable clicking on the link. Um, so what you're going to see, this is for everybody that says Etsy's never worked with Akami, blah blah blah. If you click on that link or look at that screenshot, you'll see that that's just simply not true. This is a little bit networky, a little bit computery, but this is basically just application pool data and CDN nodes that are bouncing off Etsy. Now they work with Amazon, they work with Fastly, and they work with Akami. This has always been a thing. We've always said that. Um, I don't know why there's controversy whether it's true or not, because it is true. This is public information. It always has been.
Yeah, but Akami's not the only, you know, like third party they work with, right?
No,
They have loads. It's
no,
not just
exactly.
Etsy and Akami. You know, it's not just them against the world. It's yeah,
One of my insiders said they're allowing dropshipping soon.
if you know, you know.
You know, you know.
Hmm. I was so convinced throughout the whole day that today was Thursday until I saw Friday free cool. It doesn't feel like a Friday, to be fair.
No, it doesn't. We've been so busy sorting stuff with the server and setting up systems and stuff. We didn't really realize it was Friday, to be honest. That's why the call was kind of last minute.
Yeah, we need to be more prepared. Isaac, they expect it by March 17th. Fucking hell, bro. That's funny. Etsy shoppers are some NPCs.
Definitely are, mate.
Yeah.
Salam 1875. Should we insta appeal bans? You can do what you want. We typically don't bother with it because when you send an appeal to Etsy, all you're doing is like solidifying your information in the system and bringing it to their attention. Um, you're not gonna like. There are a very, very few people that actually get unbanned. And I'm not talking from like a temporary ban. I'm talking about like from a full ban. There are very, very few people. So it's not really worth it.
Yeah. Al says it depends on the ban, but 99.99999% of those bans are always going to be the same reason. So,
Yeah, if you've got an established store, you're on top of your CS, you're not getting bad reviews, you're sending good quality product, and you're being transparent in your shipping, the bans are the same reason. If you're doing everything right, the bans are the same reason, and they're probably not going to get undone.
no, no. You just got to roll with it, you know. Then there's people that's saying, all these problems put them off Etsy and make them not want to do it, and they're gonna do they're gonna do X Y Z. They're gonna do TikTok Shop. They're gonna do Shopify, right? There was someone, I think they posted in Diamond earlier today about them trying to get money out of TikTok Shop and they just can't, right? There's people always atting Shopify on Twitter, going, why have you cancelled Shopify payments on my store? You're
Yeah,
holding X amount of money from me, or PayPal's holding $50,000 from a Shopify store. Google Ads shut me down. It's like with like these
crazy.
other places, you have so many other things to consider. Whereas with Etsy, it's just right. As long as my Etsy store's up, I get fucking paid. I can get products out. And if it's down, it's down. You're not worried about, okay, well, my store's up. I'm doing really well, but I'm not getting paid. It's just,
Yeah, I mean TikTok Shop, everybody was hyping it up for ages. I barely hear anyone talking about it now. They've massively upped their fees. They've narrowed in their windows.
exactly.
In the past, they have banned a new store because of missing legal info, and then I see via live chat, and they said no problem, just to confirm. Yeah, I mean, if if that's the problem, right? That's cool. It's whatever. We're talking about like established stores getting banned. Um, Yeah, exactly. Wolf has house stock. He runs a warehouse fulfillment, so he's doing everything by the books. But the profit has come down because because what TikTok was doing before was, they were actually giving you more money. They were losing. I think they lost like 1 billion or something. Maybe that's exaggerated, but they lost a lot of money or something like that. Um, because they were like giving people like almost like cash back on orders.
Mm.
Yeah, subs exactly. But those have been taken away now or are going to be taken away. So people are now getting back to what you should actually be making.
Not hyperinflated amounts.
Mm. Not against it by any means, but I don't think it's the be all and end all.
No, no. I mean, in terms of, people probably going to think it's crazy to hear, but in terms of stability and cash flow, Etsy is just number one.
Yeah. Yeah, Etsy is great for cash flow. If I scale, how many stores can I expect to be banned? What's the percentage of stores that get something? Um, yeah, as Addy said, you can't you can't tell this information. It's impossible. It depends on 1,000 different things. What are you selling? Are you following the rules? Are you selling bad products, like in terms of quality? Are you selling copyright products? You know, are you are you following procedures properly? Are you going off in your own direction? Are you skipping some stuff? What country are you from? Does your information all line up? Are you pulling any flags by the way you're operating and how long you're waiting between doing different things? It's
If you do everything
most
right
people.
and you get past those early thresholds and you keep doing things right, selling the right products, you last years. And
Yeah,
people are
you
going to be
can last
shocked
a
to
really
hear
long
that.
time. If you're on the platform and you get past those initial waves, you're really okay for the most part, anyway. Personalized mafia hoodies, mate.
Was it Spoogle talking about that
Spook
yesterday?
Spook's doing a vlog. Spook's doing a vlog and he's got mafia hoodies on.
Yeah, he's coming on camera with it on. He's coming up and he's going to be our cameraman for Etsy Mafia Confidential.
Let's see, man. Fuck off.
POD.
POD on Etsy. That's the new business model, boys. Affiliate for everyone.
Oh Jesus! What other questions are there? I'm absolutely nuked. I just had a massive takeaway, and then I remembered we had the call.
Kids asleep. So yeah, we want to talk a bit before Jamie falls asleep about like the upcoming holiday season and stuff because everybody gets on these too late, like crazy too late, and I don't understand why because it's all we ramble on about. Um, so let's go in order. What we got? So obviously we've got Valentine's Day, which you're probably gonna miss, unfortunately, thanks to the Chinese having a big holiday.
We got
Um,
Mother's Day next month.
Mother's Day, Easter,
Um,
St.
yeah,
Patrick's Day.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, Mother's Day is huge. You will, if you look at Caitlin Minimalist, they will do a big pivot for Mother's Day. If you look at Furlio, I like to use Furlio as an example because I worked with them a couple years ago, helping them with some stuff. Um, they'll do a big pivot to Mother's Day. It's huge for printing money, depending on what you sell, right? But with these holidays, the product's whatever you say it is. It can be a Valentine's product now, but come February 15th, it's now a Mother's Day product. Like no
yeah.
one knows the difference. Everyone just it's whatever you say it is. It's psychology.
those big what were they like Kirby flower things. You know what I mean?
What, the bouquets?
The bouquets, that was it. They
Yeah.
sold so hot. Not that anybody can run them now.
No, no. But there you go. There's a little niche, little product drop. If
No
anyone heard.
Freddy Giraffe.
Fuck bouquets. Oh, I think I've.
Rick were
Were you?
making 15k a second off of them, which ruined his
Yeah. Were
market.
you doing something like that last Valentine's, Rick? And then like you got help with the store, and then the store dropped off right after Valentine's. Was that you?
I know a lot of people that were selling them.
Kids spamming. Gonna have to time him out.
Butterfly sunglasses. Yes, I.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go
I remember.
scam.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I think yeah. So some mentor told him to like sell bouquets because apparently it did really well for this mentor guy, and then
Yeah.
Rick got set up selling them, flopped. After Valentine's, nothing was coming in, and then I think he got like blocked or something.
Who was it?
Surely he's not gonna let. Surely he's not gonna name drop. Nah, same store up, big store pivot. Good lad.
Yeah, don't name drop. What's Chazzer having? Yeah, there are these like other bouquets that are going off pretty well. I've not seen these ones though. Looks decent. I'm a slut for my girlfriend.
Fucking hell. Aren't those fake as shit? Yeah, I can't open his thing up unless I do it on my phone.
Okay.
I don't know what's gonna come up if I click it and I'm recording.
Why can't
Oh,
I hear
them.
them as well?
I've seen them everywhere. I think someone even did like a tweet about it, right? And said they did it on Shopify and ran it up or something. And they had like their ad copy. Must be decent profit on that.
Yeah, can you imagine how much they cost to make? Like from source factory.
Look at Addy. One of my girls sent me that trying to hint me to buy it. One of.
Chad. Chad
Fucking
Addy.
hell.
This is a good point because Dabba says with zero reviews. Right, the first thing you guys got to understand, especially if you're new to Etsy, is mate, you could have a title with 3 words in it, no reviews, and 1 photo. Nobody gives a fuck. If you've got a good product, it will sell.
Mm-hmm.
Product research is the number one most important thing. If you have the worst everything, but you have a banging product, one good photo, whatever, it will sell. It always is the same. Sure,
Mm-hmm.
optimize it later. This is why we say speed, speed, speed. Get shit up, get everything going, get proof of concept, and then optimize it.
Yeah. And then
You
get
know.
those early sales in and do everything in your absolute power to convert them into a review. Right? Just,
Mm.
those first few sales, maybe you're just selling at break even price or maybe just a little bit above. Right? But as
Yeah.
long as you're getting a high review rate in, then you're laughing. You've got real reviews in. Then guess what? Your sales are just gonna catapult. Everything's gonna come together and everything's more legit. Because like we were talking earlier about the fake reviews and stuff, the landscape's going to be changing in terms of that area. Kids' cameras froze. Get a better
Canon.
camera. Get a better webcam.
Apparently, £1,000 wasn't enough. Need a new one. That's it. The rose beer.
Mm. Does anyone sell these even though they are mad saturated? Well, a lot of people
I
will be selling them, but the people selling them are either the absolute big dogs or they're losing money.
yeah, yeah. If you can get a banging supplier with fast delivery and just own one area of the market, you can do very, very, very well. Very, very well.
Yeah. Doom says, "Does anyone sell these even though they are mad saturated and they're the personalized necklaces?" Um, if you wanted to go down that route, like that, the best way is to add some sort of twist to it. That's my
Yeah.
advice. Don't just sell generic names like that. Um, a good example of that would be, I think a while ago, someone ran it up selling personalized name necklaces, but in Arabic.
Mm.
Um, it's like there's kind of a twist you can do to it, and then just find your own little twist, and then it'll bang. But with products like that, you have to really make sure that you and your supplier are on it. That you both fully understand each other, and your supplier is getting you the right products, um, the right personalizations, the right designs, the right sizes, the right colors. You have to go through a lot of quality assurance for that. But if you do that and everything's good, go for it. I need Andrew to lock in then. Yeah, and Andrew's currently, well, he's opening a load of red envelopes at the minute, taking a load of money out, and he's probably going to dip to the Maldives, courtesy of Etsy Mafia.
That's, yep. Andrew's getting paid. What's your opinion on doing digital until you get a sale on it and then convert to physical products so your review can pass on to the digital item? It's a pretty good idea and it does work, the transition of a review. Um, you've really just got to be conscious of these first time store reviews. It's like a really big thing right now. And we want to talk about it a little bit more in the future, just not right now. I'm gonna wait until after Chinese New Year and we figured some stuff out. But yeah, in general, um, that first sale really, really, really matters, and your store needs to look really, really legit.
Yeah, and plus, if you were going to start off in Digis, you're in a whole other world, right, of saturation and competition and whatnot. Can you even get those sales
Mm.
organically? Do you know how to do that with the right stuff, setting up the right products? How long is it going to take? Is it going to take a month to get a sale in that? Do you need to open different bank accounts for each store? Well, technically, no, you don't. You can use the same bank account across loads of stores, but then they're linked. You're not you're not isolating stores. You're not ban evading. You're not doing anything. Then if one gets banned, they all go down. If it's previously banned, you won't even be able to get them up. So if you're ban evading and you're isolating stores, then you need different bank accounts for different stores.
Yeah. When is it best to start ads after how many sales? Honestly, if you're new to Etsy and you don't know what you're doing, don't touch ads because you'll fuck them up. If you know what you're doing, the best way to do it, just get sales organically, get proof of concept for a product, and then add ads to it if that's what you want to do. Me and Jamie personally, we don't touch ads. We personally don't run them. We do $1 indexing ads at the start of a store to get things going, but ads are not needed. Yes, they help. Yes, they work, but they're not needed. There's 200 million monthly people on Etsy, and they
Mm-hmm.
run offsite ads on your behalf to the rest of the world. Like, if you can't find your audience during the rest of the world, you're doing something very, very, very wrong. There's no need to run them. But yes, if you do run them, you will get more sales and you will speed things up. That's up to you. But only once you have proof of concept if you are new. Otherwise, you will burn through your money.
Hmm. And the other thing too is when you run ads, you can kind of be a little bit delusional, right? You can go, oh fucking hell, 10 sales through ads today. Right, let me do the maths. Oh, okay, yeah, I think I've wait, no, oh, I didn't make any money. You've seen like a K rev day, but it all went on ads and cost of goods. You made nothing. Um, I've seen
I
that
think
happen
people,
countless times of people thinking they're making stacks, but they weren't.
yeah, you've got to treat ads on Etsy the same as you would do on anything else, right? Like running a Shopify store. You know, that
Hmm.
cogs, that ROAS, it's not as sexy as it looks. The revenue's not as sexy as it looks. You've got to be smart.
Yeah. Al says, anyone selling clothes in here? I did it from September to December, grew the store quite big, but then it got banned and customers starting refunding because of smaller slash bigger sizes. Yes,
Mm,
so clothes obviously have the highest return rate out in ecom due to sizing. And when you're getting clothes from China, you're going to have quality issues. You're going to find that sizing is completely off because it's all in, Chinese sizing.
right.
um, so yeah, you're going to face those issues. Clothing is great to be in if you do it right. um, but yeah, you just need to look into it more. You need to, figure out your own sizing, create your own sizing charts for your customers, spend a bit extra time on that, and potentially even order stock to your house so you can see what the quality is like.
Rowan.
Jamie, are we going to see you in a calf running your stores with the Apple Vision Pro on? Mate.
Guys, who wants the Apple Vision Pro? Who would run Etsy stores with that? With ads power? Getting Akka in the cafe shop.
Oh, fucking too right, I would.
I want to be on FaceTime with Addy. He's passing me a Zen through the fucking computer screen.
Society's
Everything up.
doomed. Nubby, the thing is, society is already going that way. It's no different between holding a phone now, right? Like, if you go on a train now, every person's on their phone. Back in the day, they all used to be reading newspapers. Now they're on phones.
Yeah.
Now they're all gonna have headsets on. And yeah, it's a bit fucking scary. Um, but was it Star Trek that when they thought so far into the future that they were able to come up with, beam me up Scotty, of being able to teleport people, that the only kind of communication advancement they made was the radio.
You tell this kid's old. What's he blabbering on about?
Fucking hell. Well, in a few days, we'll be the same age, kid. Funny thing is, I've never watched Star Trek. Never watched
I
it.
have. But yeah, I do think though it definitely is coming because Apple have a really good history of bringing niche weird things to the market in a mainstream way. I mean, they revolutionized the phone, right? I mean, look at the AirPods. I remember being at school when the AirPods first came out. This kid came into school with AirPods in, and dude, everyone laughed at him.
Yeah, I
Everyone
thought
said,
they were
"Oh, look at
proper
your
gay.
AirPods." I thought it was stupid as fuck. Same thing with the Apple Watch. People used to say it was like I can't say it on the stream, but yeah, people used to make fun of it. You know, but it's coming. You'll see Capo living it up with headset on.
Mm. They're not in. You can't order them in the UK yet, can you?
I don't know.
I was on the Apple site earlier.
Shit, this kid's. You don't get paid enough on your apprenticeship wage.
I don't need to,
You
mate.
can't
It's a
afford
business
it.
expense. My £4.52 an hour. I don't. I'd spend it. I'd spend it at Burger King.
You wish.
Yeah,
Right?
I
Things
mean,
about
for some
15
things they
quid.
seem really cool, right? Of like you can just have your notes up. It's like it's like fucking infinite screens. You've got infinite monitors.
Well, that's it, right? If you've got a headset on, right, and you're just sacked, you can project your Mac screen up, right?
Mm,
The next version, you won't need that. And it's like you're sat there, you've got a keyboard, maybe it's physical, maybe it's virtual, and
yeah.
you've got, you know, let's say you've got six screens around you. The cost of six screens will probably cover that.
Mm,
You don't need as well a computer. So you could see
no,
it happening. I'm sat
no.
here staring at a wall.
Exactly, exactly. You don't even need a house. You just just rent a fucking box.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
Oh, it sounds like Ready Player One.
Only Etsy hurts. ADS.
Mm.
Ella's got a dopamine problem. He needs everything at 240 hertz.
uh,
Yeah, but I think it will come to the mainstream because Apple just have that effect. They wait long enough until they developed a decent tech. They always start it off as being crazy expensive, but then it comes down, becomes more accessible and integrated into society.
hmm
In 5 years, the next one will be out. Pray for humanity.
They would be amazing for on a plane.
Oh yeah, yeah. When it's sleek, yeah, when it's sleek, I'd probably buy one too.
Mm.
I'd probably buy one anyway, to be honest.
I was about to say that, Addy. Yeah, the Google Glasses. I think there's still some people. Well, I think they've discontinued it, but there was people that were like beta testing that wore them for years. They look
Mm,
so cool.
yeah. All right. Do you wanna wrap it up?
Yeah, we can wrap it up there. We can wrap it up there
All right, folks.
before
Appreciate you
everyone
coming
buys
along.
a Vision Pro.
Yeah, use our affiliate link.